Yes, I know they're good. I've got one on my other banshee. That was actually a blue one. They make them in blue, red, green, yellow, black, and I'm not sure what other color. This is the one I had on my other banshee, and it's off right now because I changed plastics. So it's got 43.1 hours on it. And we got another one here somewhere that I took off my 400EX when I did a top end on it recently, and it counted up to 129 hours, and it's still going. And that's been over a course of 4 years. So whatever battery they come with worked just great. I mean, it's gonna work plenty long for you. So let me get to installing this bad boy and show y'all what's up. So it comes with just a basic hour meter. It doesn't come with, it says on the front that it comes with a easy stick pad, but it doesn't. I don't know why they lied to you about that. It comes with the induction wire and then some little screws that I don't use those because I mean I really don't like drilling screws into my plastics, so I don't use those at all. The zip ties that come with it, I don't really use those either because they feel really dry, really hard, like they'll break. So I use my own. Only thing I use is the wire that goes to it, and you'll have to trim it, which is no big deal. You just clip it off with some dikes. So let's go ahead and get started. Put this bad boy on real quick. It's only about a 2-minute install. Okay, let's see here. All right, we're gonna be doing this on my 04 Banshee. Really, I don't know how many hours are on it now, but someone asked me the other day about an hour meter video, so I was like, yeah, I'll do one. So I ordered the hour meter, and I figure I'll put it on this one just so I can go ahead and start tracking hours on it. I just got a hold of it, got it all fixed up and cleaned up and got it put together, and really haven't rode it much. I don't think it hasn't been on a ride yet, just riding around here in the neighborhood. So let's see. Okay, all you're gonna need to access is one of the spark plug wires. Doesn't matter which side, you just put it whatever side you prefer it on. The way that the hour meter knows the engine is running is, if you're a mechanic, you don't need this explained to you or whatever, but if you've ever seen anyone using a timing light on a car, and you see them clip this little clip over the plug wire, and all of a sudden magically the timing light flashes. Well, all it does is pick up the signal coming through the plug wire from the coil, and each little pulse tells that the hour meter that the engine's running. So it doesn't need to be on both wires, it doesn't need to be on left or right, it just needs to be on one of the plug wires. So to put it on is pretty simple. Let me see if y'all are going to be able to see this or not. It might be kind of... Okay, I had to put y'all a little bit different angle for me to get in there. It was too much for me to try to fit my hands in there above the pipe and the frame and then allow y'all to see too. So we're just going to let the wire hang down here, and then we just wrap this wire around like this. Okay, yes, can y'all see how that looks? Let's see. See how that's wrapped around there like that? So now we can go ahead and take our zip tie and zip tie these two wires together to hold it in place. Okay, there. See how it's wrapped around, and then just zip tie two wires together so it stays. And you can clip the excess off, like just like that. Get rid of that. Okay, now we're going to come back up here where we were a while ago. Put our plug wire back up where it belongs. And now you may be able to see how the wire is put on there. See there? You can go ahead and clip off your zip tie. And then you can go ahead and put the plug wire back on the plug. And that part is done. Now you just need to route your excess wire out however you're going to put your hour meter. So, see if we can do this with the plastics on it. What I'll do is just come up under here and try to come out here under these plastics somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Right over there, and then that'll bring me out right here where I'm going to put my hour meter. So first of all, go ahead and clean your area, the area you're going to put your hour meter at. I always put mine right here on the Banshee because I don't like to have to look for the hour meter. I like it to stand out so I can, if I'm riding, I look at it and say, hey, okay, well, I need to go ahead and put training service on this thing or something like that. Because if it's out of sight and out of mind, you're going to have a bunch of hours built up on it before you realize it. So now you can go ahead, and the way you hook the wire up to this hour meter is there's just a groove back here in the back. There's nothing special. And you're going to go ahead, so if the hour meter is going to go here, we're going to have a lot of excess, right? Well, all that can go away. So what we're going to do is just take the wire, put it into place, pull it all the way in, just like that. And all the rest of that, we can just get rid of that. You don't need it. Before you do that, make sure it's going to be okay where it's, where you're going to mount it. Yeah, that's plenty of slack. So what I'm going to actually do is slide it down and give me just a little bit more slack there in case something happens, it gets burned up or whatever. And then just cut off the excess. And on a Banshee, you can, if you like, you can save this because it's in case that wire gets burnt, pinched, or cut, or anything happens to it. The other part will be enough to use for a spare. So, mounting it. When you mount this up, the easiest way to do it, what works best for me, are these GoPro mounts. They're the little 3M adhesive pads. This one came stuck to the mount, but you can get on eBay and order like, I think 6 or 12 of them in a pack, and they come just the pads, and they're square or they're oval for the different mounts. Or you can go to Lowe's too and just get some 3M adhesive pads or anything like that. I'm going to put a link up in the description, and I'll go ahead and put up a picture of them on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. But they work really good, and if you use a pressure washer or anything like that, you're not going to knock it off. And what I like about them is, like I said, they're the same size as the back of that hour meter. So peel it, stick it on, and you're done. What you can also use is like a clear silicone, not like the one for engine sealing. You're going to want to use the kind like for insulating your house, like caulking around windows. Use a clear type because when it cures up, it cures up pretty solid, so you can stick it there. What I'm going to do with mine, because I don't have one of those adhesive mounts, is I'm just going to use a little bit of like Yama Bond on the back of it. I've used that plenty of times and it works just great. I'm just going to put a dab on the back. Just like that. And I may have to tape it on there for 20-30 minutes to hold it in place, but once it cures, it ain't going anywhere. And if I was to take it off, it's no big deal. I just peel the silicone off, But your best bet is using some of those adhesive pads. You may be able to find some at Walmart. I don't know, but this is how it works. And this is actually the Yama Bond 6B. It cures in 7 minutes, so it'll probably stick pretty quick. But I like a nice clean install, no screws and holes to the plastic or anything like that. Stick it on just like that and you're done. I'm actually going to put a little bit of tape over this to hold it in place for the moment, but it'll be dry in just a few minutes and good to go, and it'll look great. Okay, I'm back. I actually just sat there and held it for like a minute and a half, and now it's already pretty solid on there. So I'm going to see if I can get this camera in here where we can see, and I'll zoom in on it. And the hourglass on the screen over there on the far left hand side, that's a little hourglass. Whenever the glass is flashing, it's counting, time. They make different kinds of these meters. They make some that work off vibration, which is neat because you don't have a wire at all on there. But I don't prefer them because then you get false readings. For instance, I live 9 hours from the nearest dunes, which would be Little Sahara. So say I load my quad on my trailer and I drive 9 hours to the dunes. I get there, I've got 9 hours on my quad that I didn't put on it, plus another 9 on the way home. So that's why I don't prefer those. Then anytime the bike gets bumped, kids get on it, play with it, you roll it out of the shop to clean the garage or whatever, it's going to start counting time. So I prefer the ones with the actual induction pickup wire on it because it's 100% accurate. So that's my reasoning behind that. Okay, let me get on here and fire it up, and as soon as I get it started up, you'll see that hourglass start flashing, and the time will start counting on it. See if I can do this without moving the bike. All there is to put the hour meter on, fellas. The way that it counts in 6-minute intervals. So when you get a 0.1 on the readout, it'll actually be, you'll have 6 minutes on there. So it'll go 0.1 is 6 minutes, 0.2 is 12 minutes, and so on. 0.9 would be 54 minutes, and then 0, it would roll over to 1, you know, 1 hour. But anyway, I hope that helps y'all out, and there it is. Y'all have a good day, and I'm gonna try to get my shop cleaned up and go in the house. God bless.